Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you managed to get your snacks because that's clearly what I said. You are here at ESA Marathon watching Break the Record Live, featuring Dark Souls Remastered, where over the course of 3 days, 7 runners attempt to break the world record. An accomplishment that's awarding and, pretty awesome in its own right. And to claim the highest standing, which you'll see at the bottom of the screen, and win a portion of a $5,000 prize pool generously provided by our sponsor Kaspersky. We're currently in day 2 of day 3 of Break the Record Live, where you will see just how hard a speed in Dark Souls can be. Speaking of hard and how scary Dark Souls can be, we are. My name is Ashwin, and I will be taking you through the next segments. I'm along two amazing Speedsouls members on the mic with me, Alibaba and Duck, as we see some of these runs play out. Before we went away on break, we were paying attention to Olsku, who managed to be on a very good pace for this run, but just having lost it to Manus, and he's going again.
I think he probably just wants to do the fight again.
Any reason why at this point? Because I feel like the run back to Manus.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll continue it afterwards.
I mean, it could just be.
He might just want to just do Manus again, and this is like it's not that much of a run back.
It could just be that he wants to maybe finish a run before he goes back to the early game.
Yeah, that too.
Potentially.
We'll see if he continues after Manus. But meanwhile, we've got Catalyst going to ONS.
Yeah, that's actually something to switch over to right now. A little behind. He has quite a few red splits, but
yeah, they're not very red.
To redeem with good fights. Ornstein looking okay so far.
Oh.
I should not be.
Oh,
I've learned
no.
is that sometimes you speak too soon. Ornstein hopping away from the last attack.
Yeah,
not allowed to get fights.
Okay, he's in a good position though.
He is going to bleed more time here.
The extra shot. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh, the last miss.
That's terrible. Now I did it. Ugh. Okay, well, I was going to be a little annoyed at that, but he's
yeah. There is going to be quite some time losses here. I want to say I think a good ONS segment is going to look like sub 17, like 17, right? Like a good ONS would be around that if we really wanted to see a good segment happen.
Man, that would be insanely good though.
Yeah, I think I don't know exactly, but
like sub 17,
yeah,
20 is pretty good.
Sort of like 17, sort of 10 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at when did Kata start losing time. It was somewhere between 10 and 15, I think.
Like Old School had a 17-12 earlier, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
And we can see that Old School did reset after he went and redid Manus, which is
okay. It probably he probably just wanted to see how that Manus fight felt. Like what went wrong. Interesting as well, Mintius continued with their run. So I'm going to pull over Mintius here. Even after that death at Bed of Chaos, Mintius went back. Interesting choice. Their event time is a 1:12:36.
Yeah.
So they will not be beating that, but I feel like maybe when the run has gone on this long, sometimes you just want to see it through.
Yeah. It definitely feels nice to just finish any run sometimes.
Because there was a lot of time lost at the Capra and Gaping segment. Gaping in particular, just trying to get over that railing.
Yeah.
And the death at Bed of Chaos.
Bed of Chaos is pretty huge. But I don't know, sometimes it's good just to do the last bits just to make sure you still know, get all the equipment right, get all the RTSR setups right, and still doing all your menuing correctly.
Is there a reason that Mintius Oh, Mintius is I think hoping for the best RNG here.
He got it
It's
too.
got good
Yeah,
RNG.
very great RNG for Gwendolyn.
That's
That was
sweet.
a nicely done fight.
And
That was a
gold.
gold as well.
Yeah.
Very well played. A gold of 10 seconds, close to 11 actually, for the entire Priscilla and Gwendolyn segment. And he's coming up on Gwyn, wrapping up this run. I think the other runs that we'd want to pay attention to would be Catalyst and Iron Boy now, both getting somewhere in the mid game. Dan still trying to get a run going. Olsku just having one died on him
Yeah,
in the
Olsku
meta
having
segment.
that unfortunate.
That was a
Manus
very
play.
good pace run.
Yeah, it was really good pace, but just didn't get the hit on Manus that he wanted. He went for one as Manus was jumping and just didn't get the hit he wanted.
Yeah. Right, got the RTS set up here.
Thank you.
You know, there's interesting thing is Iron Boy has kind of been pulling up golds this entire event. It feels like every time I look at Iron Boy, there's a gold split somewhere.
Yeah, he's been really consistent actually.
You know, funny
So
enough,
far.
he did tell me that was one of his strengths, his consistency. And he's been grinding kind of really madly during this event. I will say he probably has put in the most runs out of anyone. Let me actually take a look at that. In this event, well, did he reset his splits today?
He switched his splits.
He
I
switched
think
his
because
splits,
He
okay.
changed his route. He's no longer doing the late gargoyles route.
Alright. Was this since yesterday then? Because I'm getting a different reporting than what I thought would be
Yeah,
for the
so
attempted
yesterday
event.
he just did the late gargoyles route, and now he's doing the early stray route, which essentially, to anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about here, most of the runs, well, all of the runners now you'll see, the way they start is you go through, you do Asylum, you do Lower Undeadburg, you kill Taurus, and then they activate an elevator and they kill gargoyles. But yesterday, Iron Boy he wasn't killing gargoyles. He would get to the elevator and then just dark sign there, which meant that he didn't kill gargoyles until after the Ornstein and Smoke fight.
Yeah.
Which he's actually going to now. If we want to.
Mintius did actually finish a run. Unfortunately, did not get an event personal best. Unfortunate for Mintius, there were quite a few losses there, but well done on just finishing that run though. Carrying it through. We're gonna swap over to Iron Boy.
Anyway, so
who's going to be doing ONS right now.
Okay. Like the stream just froze on me ever so slightly just as one of the giants thrust the halberd towards him. I was like, oh no.
The Sentinels, can they do that when you come from the left side? Can they kill you?
Yeah,
in theory.
Sure.
Because I know when you approach from the right side, you
It's not the same how you die to them, but yeah, you can still die to them.
Not getting a very good ONS here. Ornstein hopping away as usual. Oh, yeah. It was nice. He did stay in place there.
Still right at the end. Yeah. So hopefully he can get this cast off. Yeah, nice. Okay, the second hit, so you get a stagger. And you can get a regular Solera cast off while Smo is staggered. You'll see it again. Stagger.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, good Smo fight.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the sort of one of the main reasons you do Ornstein first, even though Smo may seem like an easier target, is that Super Smo is much umphier.
Yeah, especially with sorcery.
He splits early. That's always confusing.
Yeah, runners will just have different places to split. And it's interesting to choose where people choose to make those splits, which they feel is the most consistent for them.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to see the intentional death. Which is,
but,
I think as we said before, it's kind of you're not paying close attention. You just hear the death noise. You're like, oh, and then you look. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay,
someone's
I
left
know
to
what it is.
run. But no, Iron Boy is doing pretty well so far. 16 seconds ahead of their PB. They could have a run going here on their hands with the best possible time of 107.56. They may, just hold their spot down in 5th. Just a comfy holding. Minty is actually, I think, practicing a bit of Bed of Chaos here before diving into some more runs, just to see what went wrong. But I don't think I'm not. I didn't really catch it. I think it was a firestorm. I think Mintius did lose it to a firestorm. But if they're practicing, I don't think they can really avoid it, can they?
Like the only sort of way to really try to mitigate it or anything is just to be fast.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
that they're practicing their Toki bomb placements to make sure the segment goes as smoothly as possible.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to pull up Kata right now. Let's see what Kata's up to. Last we saw, he was in the reds, but he managed to recover that at the Princess Dusk red Hydro split.
Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oof. That's fine.
He did look a little bit concerned there for a second, but he's like, that was not supposed to happen. Kata is 2 seconds ahead of his PB, so it's probably not the run he would like to have, but it still can go somewhere. We have the C segment coming up, so
There's still plenty to save later in the run.
yeah, it's
Like
interesting.
to see like a lot of sort of toggling and adjusting things as he gets there. That's actually partly to do with the timing. Because you're trying to get on this elevator when it reaches the bottom, so you want to do it as late as possible. You'll often see runners sort of toggle items on and off, and that's actually just kind of delaying when you're going to cast full control and get going, because you want to have the spell for as long as possible.
Yeah, so you want to get on the elevator like as soon as possible, basically. Or
You
when
want
it's
to
there. Well,
kind of
as
like-
late as it's there.
Yeah, as late as you can get on the elevator.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And this bit of pathing's kind of interesting when you first try learning it. You've basically just got to pay attention to the squares, like how many squares have you gone past, to make sure you actually go for the opening and don't just walk into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the one thing we're not showing. Oh, maybe it's good that Mintius is practicing Bed of Chaos.
We haven't actually seen many
yeah,
people do that during the event, have we? Like, just people, like, take a moment to practice, at least not on screen.
Yeah, not that much. We've seen Dan do a bit. I think Kata did a bit. Not a huge amount. Maybe a lot of them probably do a bit before actually starting.
I mean, at least that's what I hope happened from day 1 to day 2. They just sat and reflected on their runs, figured out what went wrong.
Sat and reflected on getting firestormed. Yeah.
I mean, there's some that you can't do much about, but yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of heading towards the up warp, which is kind of a precise setup. With like, sometimes it works.
What is the technical explanation for up warp, actually?
My understanding is that essentially when you first load into an area, like elevators and things will be like in their default position, which in the case of this elevator is at the bottom, and then it doesn't get moved to the top until like after it's loaded in at the bottom, and it just drags you up with it. That's my understanding of what's happening. is that it starts and it spawns at the bottom, and then it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be at the top, and so it moves to the top, but you're touching the elevator, and so it just brings you up.
I have to say, I'm a little bit scared for Catalyst here because I feel like he has lost a run to the sorcerer, or the caster, and so has Dan during this event. Like, just been speared as he's walking on by.
Yeah, it is one of the most monkish parts of this route.
Yeah, a lot of runners used to, and some still do. I think Iron Boy is still shooting on
Killing? Yeah.
yeah. It's quite funny because they have 97 intelligence. You don't actually kill the channeler in one shot. I think you do if you have 99. So what you have to actually do when you shoot him is you knock him off, and then he falls to his death rather than being killed by the spear.
To make sure he just does the work for himself.
What is? It's like see still something going on with Bed of Chaos, but I only ever look and see it right as
he's dying to Bed of Chaos. Yeah, I might want to just
you can work that out.
Take a peek at Mintius because I think that's the last thing that you want happening, to lose the run at Bed of Chaos.
Yeah. So anyway, kind of doing the full control quit out to get down, and yeah, you see landing on the side of the crystal that's away from the golem.
Yeah, he's going to cast it and body up here for the clams, so they won't follow him into the fight.
Can you still get clammed even when you're in this fight?
I've never seen it happen, but I guess maybe if you were slow, it could happen.
Yeah, I've never seen it with hidden body.
So being clammed in this fight is when a clam actually follows you into the sea fight and can sometimes kill you, or just something that you have to avoid.
It's really bad in melee routes, because in this route you see Kada actually stands back from Seath as he's casting. He moves forward, but he's always got like a fair bit of distance. In a melee route, obviously you need to get closer up.
There was a clam there. Did you see that? Just
I think it was
in the very back, there was a clam right behind Seath's body. Nothing close enough to be dangerous, but
oh, really? Damn.
In a melee route, you actually have to get up close and attack, and the clams can actually just walk through Seath's body to kill you. So as you do an attack, a clam will just appear from inside Seath.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even see it coming, right? Because it's in his body,
they can just hit you while they're there.
Yeah,
you don't see it until you're already dead, unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's just say that's happened a couple of times. Yeah.
It's really cool to see both Iron Boy and Kada so far in their runs right now. Even Dan finally getting somewhere with his 9 minutes in, going to perform Sun's Gate skip, and making his way to Iron Golem. I think the sea fight is going to be interesting to watch.
So we'll see if we can finally see a perfect Sif, maybe.
We saw, actually, Iron Boy had a pretty good Sif that we didn't get to catch on the main screen, but went pretty smoothly. No shenanigans.
Yeah, he does still does a kind of interesting boss order.
Ooh,
that was a beautiful fight.
That was absolutely beautiful.
It's
that was very good RNG.
And so now we have another run going into the DLC.
He did lose some time on this segment. I don't know where, but
he had to recast Home and Somas.
Okay. Yeah, so it was 4 seconds, or even 3 off of his best possible. But still 3 seconds ahead of his PB. So Kata's doing pretty well for himself for a run that was in the reds quite early on. Minty is still practicing Bed of Chaos to make sure that no mistakes happen like in the previous run, where he was likely to be his event best possible.
Right, it's
yeah, we're gonna enter the DLC, and this is I wonder how it looks like for Kata. if there are any time saves, because Guardian varies. Like, there's hardly any time saves. Artorias being the only one with about like maybe 8 seconds, from his PB, and Calamite with about 6. So I think Kata's like DLC segments are pretty clean for the most part, other than just any RNG that like the bosses can give him that could kill his time. Some areas in the run, Kata can definitely save a few seconds here and there. Yeah, what is Mintius doing wrong that keeps getting him firestorms?
He keeps doing firestorms and even trying to. I don't know if he's like actually actively trying to practice pathing through a firestorm, or I only see the second part maybe.
Just to make sure that he can survive if it does happen.
Yeah, because I mean it is possible.
That was a good Guardian. That was a really good Guardian on Kata.
Yeah, we didn't say anything about Guardian before, so it'll work out.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. We just overlook the bosses that are most likely to give us the biggest time losses. We focus on the other things as your casters, and you know, it works out.
Yeah.
It seems that maybe Mintius's bombs are a little bit on the slow end.
Let's see.
Let's take a look at Mintius here. Tosses the first bomb.
Yeah.
Seems like he's definitely taking a moment.
That's a bit speedy, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's waiting there. Is he? Is he trying to bait Bed of Chaos?
I think he might be actually.
I don't know. Yeah, because that's what you want.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to go down. He doesn't even dark beat Bed of Chaos. He like slaps it like most people do. But
yeah, I mean he like before this he ran no wrong warp, so I guess he doesn't normally have dark bead in here, and so might just be doing what he would do in no wrong warp.
Yeah. It's very easy to sort of like confuse like different strats they used to do in another run, and Mintius is primarily an any percent no wrong warp runner for the remastered, and all bosses is something new to him. Some of the homing soul mass actually hitting Artorias that was
a lovely fight.
I was like, this looked like it was going really well. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah,
you should be having a really big time save here.
Like I said, we overlook the bosses as we're getting to them. We're leaving it on the main screen for you guys to enjoy, but that was incredibly well done.
Lost a little time on his gold, but yeah, big save over splits. Which is
it's just slightly over his gold. 11 seconds ahead now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pace.
He's getting some really good RNG in the DLC. I feel like the DLC notoriously has very good potential in messing up your
it's like
your pace.
It's one of those things where it's nothing like as obvious as some of the other like time losses, but there are a few things that can happen, and you just leak time. Like if Manus decides to rain, or Calamite just gives you slow cycles every time. So I've said it now, so I can't unsay it.
All right, I'm gonna swap over here to Iron Boy. Let's give Catalyst a bit of a breather here. I don't want to like be jinxing anything. How is Iron Boy doing? Apparently 41 seconds ahead of the
Yeah, that's pretty good. Looks like he's just going into the up warp.
Managed.
He does this punch. And yeah, he must intentionally be taking that arrow as part of his setup.
Right, because he's not putting the dust ring on. So it's part of his RTSR setup.
I think it's part of his like. Oh no, but he's inside. You see, so that is kind of shows the precision of the setup. Is that you need to land yourself like just outside of this wall, but on the elevator, so you can jump on top of the.
That's interesting. So this setup that he's doing, I mean, it's not like the roll is 100% consistent either, but I've never seen a problem where, he wasn't able to stay out of bounds on that railing and be able to jump.
I think I saw this happen to him once yesterday, with this setup.
Yeah, so it takes that arrow for RTSR setup.
I don't know if it's for RTSR or if it's because the arrow moves him slightly. I don't know if that's like part of his position setup.
Right, that's what was supposed to happen.
So now you see he's on the outside. Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's an Iron Boy exclusive setup. I guess.
We have seen some Iron Boy exclusives in this marathon, like killing specific
Yeah,
enemies.
he does. Yeah, he does that differently. He does Calamite differently, which is interesting.
You know, you kind of have to wonder. Like, let's say killing this.
Oh,
Okay, maybe not killing it.
I guess not killing the guy.
But
Yeah.
killing it only takes a few seconds to do, versus like us seeing like Kada and Dan losing their runs to this
Yeah.
guy. But you know, missing to
I'd
kill
like-
it is also not good because he aggroes him. But still
Yeah.
doing okay, getting out of that situation. Okay. I think I'm going to take a look back at Kada here. Let's see. He just finished Calamite. How's he looking?
Calamite lost a little time. I don't know if that's the RNG or just dogs on the running segment.
Still okay. 10 seconds ahead. Like you said, lost like 1 second. Not too not too much. But looking to keep that good pace for this run.
Yeah, Calamite being fast or slow is it's just something that, like, there's obvious things, like if he does like a fast cycle, it's just faster. But sometimes Calamite just seems to disappear behind the mountains for a bit longer, and I don't really know why that is.
It was a quick
Are we
over
on the
to Catalyst,
Dan
but
for
I
the
really like
ONS
that
side?
Dan is at ONS. Yes, Dan's also been struggling to get a run today.
Hey, so
Good
jog
jog.
opening. He gets first,
okay.
What
and
gets
the
the hit?
second.
Oh,
I mean,
almost
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, and then he got one. He didn't
Cast
expect
an
he was
extra
gonna get
just in
charged
case.
again.
Yeah, he didn't expect it to swerve and catch him.
All right,
Looks
so he's gonna
okay.
be the second pillar. Yeah, so just smoke, please. What are you doing?
That's okay. I let him walk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
As
whatever
long-
works.
As long as he's not pressing his hammer in front of the
yeah.
magic cast, it's okay.
Okay.
Not a bad fight. I mean, it wasn't fantastic. Smo was a little bit sketchy in movement there, but catches the elevator just on time. Bleeding a bit of time, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be close to his splits.
It was as good as it could have been with that RNG.
Let's see how
Also,
Dan.
Kada's about to fight Manus.
Yep, let's hop over. Let's hop over to Catalyst. We've seen a few people lose their runs to Manus today. Manus is very well behaving, except doing.
Okay,
That-
that was a really good fight.
That was a good fight. I thought he was going to give him the rain, but no, it was just what he needed to finish off that fight really well. Like, I don't know what happened with Kada in this DLC, but all Guardian, Artorias, and Manus were very well behaved in RNG. Gave him pretty much close to optimal fights for him to kind of close this DLC off. Still maintaining a lead of like 10 seconds on his PB.
Yeah, now he must really be feeling the nerves.
I mean, it all comes down to getting one king instead of two, right? Gwendolyn having good RNG, and making sure nothing goes wrong. In particular, Kata really dislikes the gaping fog gate skip. So hopefully,
I don't blame him.
hopefully nothing goes wrong there, because in his words, the gaping fog gate skip is totally random in the remastered versus Prepare to Die. So he's definitely not very fond of it. And I feel like there's just a few more segments he could potentially lose time at. Hopefully we don't see that. But you know what? Iron Boy is just about to hop into the DLC.
Indeed.
Speaking of good DLCs that we just caught, curious how Iron Boy's turns out. But you know what? We've actually got quite a few runs going right now, so it's looking pretty good so far. Dan, Kala, Iron Boy, all going. Mintius starting another run, finally done with his bit of chaos practice, and Olsku on a bit of a break here.
Okay.
Not a fantastic opening for Guardian. But
Okay, nice.
he did give him a really good follow-up. Standing there, just like like a little bit ashamed in the corner. Not even like a bit of a dunce, but yeah, that actually turned out pretty well for him.
Yeah, that's basically what you want to do after he does lightning, pretty much.
One spear. Oh, that one missed.
Yeah, hopping back over to
Two
Catalyst. We're going to be doing
spears.
a lot of switching here because there's just many good runs ongoing right now.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
That's
going to get that lead.
Yeah, you can
Ah,
see on his face he missed 2
yeah.
beads. That's not enough damage.
That is
That's
really unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Can you tell me a little bit about the beads? How do they work? Why is it that some of the beads can miss?
It's just they can miss because you don't hit the boss. I don't know.
People have been talking about how
Because it's
magic is
like it's a spread attack, and for the way this boss fight works, you need to be stood not like right up against it. If you stand right up against the king, your last dark bead will completely miss. All of the beads will just go through the boss. So you have to take like a little bit of distance, and that makes it easy to miss just some of the outer beads of the attack.
Yeah, and you guys get to see exactly like how difficult it is to run this game. Like you need to be measuring your distance from bosses, you need to be placing yourself in the best place possible, you need to be reacting to whatever they give you, making those quick split decisions. Kada unfortunately lost quite a bit of time on that 4 king segment because it takes a lot of time for that second king to spawn. To even they had marginal HP to just get rid of them. Cat is at 17 seconds behind his PB right now. I don't know how the rest of this run is going to look for him, but I think he's just going to hope that he can save as much time as possible. But let's put it this way. Kata is still, on a pace. It's 102.35, which will be 1 second slower than his personal best and the world record, but it is better than his best event time. So we could at least see Kata securing the first place with a better time, if
Yeah,
anything.
we'll have to see what happens in the next few splits. Like
Yeah.
Priscilla is fairly consistent, but then Gwendolyn and Capra Gaping can be they have some variance to them. Oh
Ooh,
no,
Vinci is gonna
Midius,
be a little bit
please
bullied
get
by the
through.
hollows.
Yeah.
This is why Undead Berg is a little bit awful to run through. Just the hollows.
Yeah, they love to ruin your day.
And Iron Boy going towards Calamite.
One sec. I think I need to refresh my feed because every now and then one of these feeds breaks for me and I just can't see.
Yeah.
The same thing happens to
I
me.
get that too.
Suddenly someone goes dark and I'm like, oh, did they go offline?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Given that Kata's already lost some time, he might not go for the safe, consistent moan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be wanting to make up time where he can.
So we'll see if he does it or not.
Will we see our first soft lock
We
this
hear
event?
it.
Will he get the consistent moon glitch?
Consistently, I don't think it's like going for the setup to specifically get it.
He's just trying to farm for the
I
moon
think
glitch.
someone worked one out at one point, like a way to probably come.
I think as if you just kill her by cutting off her tail with Dark Bead, I think.
Is he gonna go for it?
Let's see. Will he quit
Yeah,
out?
no quit out.
He is.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Kada is
Let's
just
see.
looking to make time
Still
anywhere
going
he
for the
can.
back.
Okay.
Okay,
I
got
think he's
lucky.
fine, yeah.
All right, let's see how much time that saves Kata. He does actually split for the Priscilla segment, so we should be seeing that very soon. And that's what it takes when you're the world record holder and you have a pace, that's losing time. You want to take those risks. The world record for Kata being 102.34. That's what he's fighting to beat right now. Olsku being at 102.35. So we still haven't gotten many runs out of Olsku. But
It saved 0.2 seconds.
yeah, 0.2 seconds.
I thought there would have been way more.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it,
I
Kata?
get. I don't know whether there was some other running or something, but yeah.
I kind of have to wonder what if it was worth the risk of getting the moon glitch for a.
I guess he must be
0.2.
thinking that it's kind of like got to go for everything at this stage.
Yeah, not getting the best RNG that he could hope for on Gwendolyn. But he's going to tank out.
Oh no!
Oh, damn.
He was really hoping to get good RNG on Gwendolyn and try and tank out some of those spear attacks. And hopefully, like Mintius did earlier, just get good RNG, because we saw Mintius do that. Just sort of like head rush Gwendolyn, hope that he gets the arrow attacks that he needs, and Gwendolyn doesn't teleport away like it did for Kata, and lost him more time, unfortunately.
Look, I almost feel like he was like would have preferred to get Moan Glitch at that point.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do rather than having something like that happen at Gwendolyn.
31 seconds behind his PB, best possible of 102.52, with his event time being 102.48. Sorry, so
Yeah.
there has to be some saves somewhere coming up for him to be able to pull through this run. But I think he's looking to take it as long as it doesn't die anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, it's like these are all, they're fairly big time losses, but it's not like, dying to Nito or Bed of Chaos or something, and you have a huge run back, which is just, you just don't want to do it, generally.
All right.
Mr. Hill
Is he gonna go for the double hill boost now?
Fortunately, this run is...
Oh, he's just gonna use the shrug animation. Okay. You can hill boost again to get it onto the pillar.
All right. Yeah, he's bleeding time. It's very unfortunate. Even the Capra lost 9 seconds there. It looks small, but when Kata's running against these times, every second matters. I'm just kind of wondering if there is any place for him to save this. I mean, gaping would be one.
We're coming up to his favorite part of the run now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm looking, if there's very little for him to save. Let's see. Not getting the first hop over the railing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice. That was third try?
I think it was fourth, if I'm not wrong, but...
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oof. Dan, please.
While Catalyst takes on Gaping Dragon, we're gonna hop over here to Dan. What is going on with Dan? He
just tanked like a soul spear in the face from a
How is that gonna
spear.
affect his RTSR setup for this segment?
He's probably gonna heal. Maybe not. Maybe he'll just cast full control early, because I think he's I don't know if he's in RTSR or he's close. So he might just cast full control for the drop of the strong magic shield.
This could be close.
Did he land? He landed. He's probably. How is he not dead?
This could be bad.
He is at like I just think it's like 1 or 2 HP. It can't be even more than 2 at this point. This is not going well for him. And he actually managed to make up time on the Hydra segment with a gold as well.
Yeah.
After losing some time at Stray, this is going to cost him a little bit. He's looking at a best possible of 102.45, but that's obviously going to change after this segment with a best event time of 103.43. So cutting it close. Like, he needs to get a really good DLC and the rest of the run to be able to salvage this. But this HP, it's funny because every now and then I will see a runner forget that they have lower HP than they should and go for the optimal strats for RTSR setup and then just die because they didn't realize that they had to fix that. So let's hope that Dan doesn't do this.
Yeah, so he's going to need to cast full control here or heal.
Yeah, picks up the strong magic shield, which he's going to need for Calamite.
Expecting, yeah, full control, just early. He's going to switch to lingering. I don't think he would need it, but he's safe.
All right, nice
cast,
dodge.
though.
Nice dodge.
Yeah, so air roll here. Actually, yeah, he probably does. He's probably going to try and take the full control cast all the way to the normal quit out.
Okay, as long as he keeps up the fall control, he's not going to be taking any damage from any of these small drops that he's going to normally do. He's going to go for a slope quit out on the crystals, and then normally he will take damage here to set up RTSR, and he'll take damage at another point after a slope quit out for marginal damage to get into
He
RCRSR
might
range.
be very careful about how he walks down.
As long as he remembers. That's the only thing I would be like concerned about, that he somehow forgets to like make sure his fall control is up.
Oh, it looks like Iron Boy had something happened. Didn't see. That's unfortunate.
Iron Boy unfortunately lost his run. Yeah, it's hard sometimes. We have 5 runners up. Well, 4 runners right now. So many of them just there's a lot of potential, there's a lot going on, and it's hard to catch every small detail. All right.
Okay.
Even worse.
I've actually never seen that happen there before.
I mean, he
you can
didn't
get
drop
that.
in a bad place there for him to be smacked by the golem, but he did actually manage to get that happen.
Yeah, so had some confirmation. Iron Boy died to 4 kings, unfortunately. Dan dying to Crystal Golem. That's
Very unfortunate. I know that Crystal Golem can kill you if you manage to fall in a bad spot on the crystals, and then when you like quit out and come back into the game, you just have to like kind of get over the crystals, and then you can manage to tank a hit from the Crystal Golem. But I did not expect that.
No, I mean I've seen it. I actually think I can't remember who it was. There was a runner who would quit out like for the full control and then would like jump a little bit and quit out again because they'd had the golem do that to them once.
I'm gonna hop over here back to Catalyst. Still trying to continue this run. Managed to save a second on Nido, but still 42 seconds behind.
Yeah, so he's kind of just on the cleanup section, and it's like you just want to maybe just wants to go through it, you know, have a shot at Toki bombs, get all that, you know.
All right, everyone. I think Kata is going to need your luck, and your wishes and your cheers to see if he can salvage anything in this run, and hopefully even maybe beat his event PB. But we are going to break away right now for a very quick break. So stay tuned. It's only 3 minutes. You can grab yourself some water. A great opportunity to hydrate because we are moving into the Isola segment, which is going to be quite hot. So we will catch Kata after this. Don't go anywhere.